Hello, everybody. The Nameless Narcissist here once again. A simple man diagnosed with NPD, telling you the facts about narcissistic personality disorder and giving you some insight about what goes on in my head. Keep in mind, I am no clinician, so I can only speak to my own experiences. But if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and please follow me on Twitter. Actually, I'm only going to say Twitter this time because I want to be more popular on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Oh man, I want to be a radio host. My voice is good for that, right? Okay, anyways. So I had an interesting experience the other day. And so basically there was this person who I was previously involved with. And I haven't seen her for like 8 months, but her birthday was the other day. And I went over there and I had a really good time. And unbeknownst to me, she was involved with somebody else. I was like, okay, that's a shocker right there. Jesus Christ. Really pulled the wool over my eyes. Wasn't going there to like try to win her back or anything, but I was just kind of curious. I wanted to see what would happen if I showed up. And I did. And she was with somebody who I looked at, and my first thought was, oh, he's not as attractive as me. He's not, and like, he was a cool guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be too grandiose and dehumanizing right now. But, I mean, sometimes you can just see somebody, I'm a pretty guy. You all know that. So, and like immediately, because I didn't completely resolve that situation, right? Not in my head. I was still a little, emotional about it because that's how I am. Dramatic, erratic, and unpredictable. Let's go. And as soon as I saw him, started talking to him, I was like, oh, so you didn't do better than me. Cool. And I'm sure everybody like does this to some degree, right? I'm sure all of you have had those moments of satisfaction when somebody that you used to date just didn't do better than you, right? I see that comparison all the time. Like I see people say like, oh yeah, my narc ex discarded me and they always get with less attractive people, which I don't think that's probably not true. I never get with less attractive people. I'm always going up. And so, but for me, it was like, it just was shocking that that's all it took for me to be over it. That's it. Now I'm fine. Now I've moved on. And it really speaks to how important the ego is in my infatuations, right? When I was heartbroken by her, it wasn't even about her. It was about how I felt about myself. It was about I felt worthless because this person rejected me. It's ironic. Not ironic, that's not the right word. It's weird. It's bizarre. I thought that I had like genuine feelings for this person. And in 1 second, I just proved that I'm sure there were some kind of feelings there, right? But it proved just like it wasn't her that I was upset about. I barely saw her as a real person. I barely see anybody as a real person. So how can I be expected to have a genuine grief over the loss of that relationship when it wasn't even a relationship? It was me jerking myself off. It was me being like, oh, I am worth something because this person desires me and likes me. Hence why it's so devastating when I'm rejected. It's fucking so funny. Because every time I get into a relationship, and if they reject me first, I'm torn up. And as soon as I know that either they want me again, or I know that they have moved on to somebody who is inferior to me and prove that they are not worth my time, I'm over it. Completely fine. It's funny. It really is. Literally, as soon as I saw him, my first thoughts were, oh, that girl's not as attractive as I remember her being. Everything that made her desirable was the fact that she made me feel worthless. It's fucking funny. This disorder is genuinely funny in my mind. Like obviously, like in a lot of ways, it's sad and tragic, but like just the ridiculousness of me thinking I'm in love with somebody, maybe not in love in this case, but thinking I have deep feelings for somebody, and it was just my fucking ego. That's all it was. Fuck. That's so fucking funny. And I can't think of a single relationship that wasn't the rule of. The girl I'm talking to now, I'm really hoping that that's not the case, I'm being honest. She'd be watching this, so hey, sorry if, that hurts to hear. I'm trying, and I think I very much like you, but yeah, it's what I always say. Everything comes back to that self-esteem regulation. Everything. There is nothing in my life that isn't related to it. That's the all-pervasiveness that I'm talking about. I can't think of a single time in my life that didn't have to do with that. I don't think I've ever acted genuinely in my life. Seriously, guys, you guys can't convince me. My roommate's not trying to ruin my life. Anyways, okay. So, I don't remember what the fuck I was saying. Yeah, all about self-esteem regulation, etc., etc. I really didn't understand what my ex meant when she told me that she was her own person and I had to recognize that. It's not like I was consciously thinking, oh, this isn't their own person. This is just who I want them to be. But I never understood. I really do see it now, though. How I really don't see people as as real people, just parts of my life, parts of my story. Even now, I view them through this context of my own self-growth and through my YouTube videos, which is weird, right? Even now, they're still being props to my life. Even back then, they were just extensions of myself. If they were pretty, if they were fun, that proved that I was worth something because I was associated with them. And I'd obsess. I'd obsess about making sure that they were on my level, making sure that nobody looked down on me for being with those people. I'd broken off quite a few relationships because I would see in people's eyes that they were surprised that I'd be with somebody who was like that, who was less attractive than me or not as, sophisticated, poor sometimes. It's funny. Again, it really is. This disorder is a joke. A really bad joke. Oh my God. It's so weird. And there's almost a comfort in that. A comfort in the fact that there wasn't a genuine care there. That there were only parts of me. Because that means that I didn't actually depend on them. I'm not sure if that's comforting or bad, actually. I'm going to go with comforting for now. We'll figure it out later. It's weird. And despite the fact that I'm becoming so much more aware of all these things, despite the fact that I have fucking researched the shit out of this, I spent so long trying to understand myself. And the more I understand, the more I realize I'm powerless over it. I just can't help it. Everything. I hear borderline sometimes say how, when the emotions are so overwhelming, they, literally cannot help themselves from just trying to get it out. And I sympathize a lot with that. Not just with emotionality, although that happens a lot less often with me, but just for self-esteem reasons. It doesn't matter. Nothing does. I just need my self-esteem needs met. As long as those get met, then I can be fine. And nothing else matters. It's weird. It really is. I don't know where to go from here. Am I going to continue to be in this delusion that I like somebody, but they're just feeding my ego? Is there a way to tell the difference? Will I ever really know what love is, what genuine love is, not just infatuation and then self-esteem reasons? I can see it'll be upsetting for people to be objectified like that. Not be seen as a real person, but I guess a little bit of projection on my part there. Maybe even projective identification there. You're not the real person, neither am I. And even if there is a way, do I care to fix it? Am I willing to take that risk? Very complicated questions. This is why I didn't date for so long. I know that I hurt people, and it's but in the moment I just don't care. In the moment I'm not entirely sure that I'm hurting them until afterwards, in fairness. But when I do learn that I hurt them, then, oh well. There's shame, and occasionally I'll get capricious and feel actually bad. to some degree, but it's so self-focused. I feel like I can only have emotions towards myself. The idea of genuinely caring about somebody, I don't get it. I really don't. It's also foreign to me. And then there's that constant imposter syndrome thinking, what if this is, none of what you're thinking is real? You're just telling yourself that so you can feel more special, right? Literally, it's almost a daily occurrence. I'm like, what if I don't have MPD? What if I'm just normal? What if I just want to be special? Which, it's kind of ironic when you think about it like that. But I mean, there's people all over the world who want to be special. Everybody wants to be special, I think, to some degree. Everybody wants to stick out. I mean, you see so many people inaccurately self-diagnosing themselves. What if I'm just like one of those people? Just one of the hordes of people who have no bearing on their self-awareness, have no idea what's going on in their head, and just need so much to be something unique, to matter. I sympathize with that, I really do. It's weird. What a strange disorder to have. It does make me sad sometimes, just the idea that, like, I can't connect to somebody genuinely, obviously. I've talked about this before. But fuck. I don't, like, the alternative feels just as scary. Oh well. Who really cares? I don't. Fuck it. I mean, that's the thing, is like every now and then I'll get into this mood where I'm like, this is the one chance I got. I'm never coming back from this. I'm never going to be a normal person. And that's weird. That's really weird to think about. I'm never, like, the idea, I'm never going to be able to genuinely love properly. I'm never going to be able to feel genuine empathy. I'm never not going to be so focused on my self-esteem needs. I'm never going to get a chance to be a real person. I'm never not going to feel empty. This is my one life, and I have to live it like this. I'm not happy about it, but then sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm like, I am better than people because of this disorder. I see the world more accurately, which I'm sure isn't true. Oh well. Again, it's weird. Oh man, I hope you have a good day. Fuck. Take your fucking meds.